Yeah. That's a 1983 Nissan Sentra with two 12s in the back. What's going on? What's going on out there, everybody? Welcome back. Third or second segment of the ShakeBack Sports Show right here on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. What is going on? There's Dwayne. There's Donny. Here's Willie. There's Big Day. There are sports fans all over the planet. And there you guys are. Thank you so much for checking us out on Facebook. Whose page is that? Dwayne's? Donnie's? Can't tell. Dwayne's YouTube channel, Instagram TV, the ShakeBack Media Group, BGCSports Network YouTube, ShakeBack Media Group's YouTube, LinkedIn, and the Twitter. Thank you guys for rolling with your folks as we are out here clowning, and we are NFLFAFO, and that's what we were talking about. We talked about a little bit about Max. We talked a little bit about the Ravens, the Cowboys, the whole thing with the trade that was, but then it wasn't. We're gonna pick up there here in just a second, but we're gonna also talk about Kyler Murray and Donnie's take on what they're gonna do with Kyler Murray as quarterback in 2026. But before we go any further, second segment, it is being brought to you by us. Who is us? We is us. Who is we? We is the Big Game Christian Sports Network, overhyped, unofficial, and slightly censored NFL draft talk. Mark your calendars. Thursday, April 23rd at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time is the OUSC NFL Draft Talk live from the Chef's Corner, formerly known as the Turkey Den, located at 1201 Oakland Boulevard, Suite 1111 in Funky Town, Fort Worth. Join us for an active and awesome atmosphere as we discuss, debate, and agree to disagree on what's going on or who's going where in the 2026 NFL Draft. Plus, come in and check out the awesome menu of the Chef's Corner and get a heaping helping of Southern comfort. It's not like you've got somewhere else you need to be on that day. So spread the word, invite the family, tell your coworkers when you get off work, meet me at the Chef's Corner in Fort Worth for the overhyped, unofficial, and slightly censored draft talk for the NFL 2026 Thursday, April 23rd, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. We hope to see you there. As a matter of fact, guys, I can already tell you when we were there last year, it was the Turkey Den, of course, but man, their chicken and waffles was off the chain. And I don't even like waffles. So I don't know what they got for us in store this year, but whatever it is, I'm telling you right now, I am going to be eating. That is what it is. All right. So, Donnie, we were talking about the Kyler Murray signing in Minneapolis, St. Paul, the Vikings, and he signs for the 1 year minimum, veteran minimum. So I asked Dwayne earlier I asked both of y'all earlier, but Dwayne answered. He says 11 wins for Minnesota in 2026. What say you?
Said, excuse me, you gave an over under 9.5, and I said under. I mean, because I think they can go 9-8 again. You know, they did let a couple of pieces go on defense, Allen and Hargrave. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know Hargrave he hasn't had the best success since he left Philadelphia. He went to San Francisco, that didn't work out. Went to Minnesota, that didn't quite work out. So he's still trying to find his groove like he found it with the Eagles back in the day. But I think Minnesota, I mean, just going into it, I think they're right where they were last year, you know, kind of third best or, you know, maybe last best or last in that division. I mean, we all know that the entire division finished above 500. You know, arguably the best division in football. I think Murray starts. I think McCarthy gets a chance to kind of sit back again. But this is what I want to say about McCarthy, and this is what I want to say about KOC, and this is what I want to say about, we talk about development of quarterbacks in the NFL. Mm-hmm. But I haven't been hearing that same chatter and that same smoke being given the KOC for JJ's lack of production, so to speak.
I didn't
And
know you
Dwayne,
could hear smoke.
yeah, Dwayne, I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people that look. This was his rookie year. He hadn't had a lot of reps. Give him a chance. And you give him a chance by going and basically bringing in Kyler Murray. Look, some of the stuff on Twitter has been funny. Talking about how short he is. They got babies lifting weights. Bro, it's been funny, man. Gosh, it's been funny.
I saw it. I saw it too.
They had a picture of Kyler looking up to JJ. I'm like, JJ ain't that much taller than Murray is. I mean, they both some midgets in terms of quarterbacks.
Right.
I'm only 5'5.5", but anyway, I digress.
You sound like them 5'1" women that turn around and call a man short.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you still got to look up to me to tell me I'm short.
That's why I say about quarterback standards. I know I'm short. SHOT short. But no, but back to the point. I think Minnesota's right where they are. I think that the most underrated, or one of the most underrated transactions this week was them reconstructing the deal with Aaron Jones, and bringing him back. He was very productive for them last year. And in the times that Jordan Mason got the ball, he fumbled some. And they liked the veteran presence that Aaron Jones brought to the locker room. So I think that was one of the more underrated transactions of the week so far.
Right.
But yeah, I don't see Minnesota being no better than where they are, honestly. That's not that they're bad, but I mean, come on. Are you going to be able to overtake Green Bay? Are you going to be able to get to Chicago?
Right. Well, here's my question, because I heard something earlier in the day on Friday that I thought was pretty interesting. Is it possible, Dwayne, before we move on to the sitcoms and then back to the Raiders, Max Crosby, and the whole shebang there, is it possible, Dwayne, that the Chicago Bears could be a better team in 2026, but have a worse record than they did in 2025?
It's always possible.
I mean, but from what we have seen and the hype, the train that's behind them in terms of how much they progressed from last year to this year, you would think they're going to progress again next year because everybody's going to get better. Everybody's going to be more in tune with each other. No,
I don't know that because I know
first place schedule.
the schedule, right? The schedule is going to be tougher this year. DJ Moore is no longer there. Didn't they get another OC?
Yeah, I think they did.
Another OC.
But that doesn't matter because
Ben Johnson's call player.
He's gonna call the plays.
I get it, but I know I'm saying Caleb Williams in his learning curve. It's somebody else you got to deal with now. Like, instead of having some type of consistency. I mean, I get it. Ben Johnson's there. He's the call player. Cool. I mean, you know,
or play caller.
Play caller. Yeah, but it's still. I don't think I've seen anything that just really solidifies and says Chicago is definitely next up. Detroit, I don't know if they're gonna take steps forward. It seemed like they kind of going backwards a little bit, if I'm being honest with you. I know they lost Montgomery.
But then they turned around and picked up who was it?
Pacheco.
Isaiah Pacheco.
I don't know if that's a plus. I don't know if that's a plus for me.
Pacheco only because he has been injured, but he is younger than David Montgomery, so he has less hits on his body.
But he's been injured. He's been injured more than Montgomery has.
Yeah.
He's part of the reason why Kansas City had to go make that move for Kenny Walker. They can't rely on Pacheco no more.
Man, you said Kenny Walker. I instantly thought about University of Kentucky Kenny Walker with the fade that was this high. And he had won the slam dunk contest with that gold Dookie rope.
Kenny Skywalker.
Yep.
Oh, you just never know on the ShakeBack Sports Show. That's why I kept saying earlier in the show, I don't know. But I do know this. I want to ask you guys a couple questions because we started this thing a couple of weeks ago with the movies. And then last week we went to franchises. So today we're going to sitcoms. And the black culture of sitcoms, we know what it is. And there's many more shows that we could talk about. But I got a question for these dudes because we are all some TV heads. We are all some old TV heads. And I want to know, if you had the opportunity or if you were forced to pull the plug on one of these sitcoms forever. Which one is it, Dwayne? Are you pulling the plug on Martin, Fresh Prince, Family Matters, or Bill Cosby?
If I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, like as hard as it is to say it,
say it.
Family Matters.
Oh, I okay. I wasn't expecting that. Donny, what about you?
As hard as it is for me to say this, I would say Cosby.
I thought
Hell
Dwayne.
no. Hell no.
You can't say that.
I'm sorry. My bad.
You can't say that on the.
I'm sorry, because the only thing I'm thinking is not only of the name of the show, Felicia Rashad ain't going nowhere. If you know me, Felicia Rashad ain't going nowhere. My apologies. Heavenly Father, my bad.
Okay, so let me help. Let me try to reel this back in. I thought Dwayne was gonna say Cosby.
No.
And I thought Dwayne, Donny, I thought you were gonna say Martin, because I know how much of a grudge you carried against Gina for what happened in getting that show shut down.
Yeah.
So both of y'all surprised me with your choices there, and I the only choice I'm not surprised at is mine. The only side that I'm on is what's Stone Cold say? I'm only on the side of one person, and that's mine. And Family Matters is it for me, because I never really could get into that show, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I didn't watch it, but I don't go back and watch the reruns of it like I do Martin and the Fresh Prince and not even Cosby to a degree. And I think for me, that's the criteria. Which one of these shows do I still continuously watch on a consistent basis even today? And Martin is number one for me. But Family Matters ain't it at all. I might look at a little bit of Cosby, or I might look at a little bit of Fresh Prince. I might look at it even a little bit less of Cosby, but I'm not watching Family Matters at all.
Number one for me is Cosby. Felicia Rashad ain't going. Claire Huxtable ain't going nowhere. Not only that, the staple of all of this begins right here with the Cosby Show. Some of the greatest moments on TV come from this one show. Some of the biggest celebrities showed up because of this one show. You feel me? And so that kind of inspired everybody else who showed up when you talking about black TV sitcoms, including the likes of a Fresh Prince. But for me, Family Matters, I went back and I watched some of it recently, like trying to, get the kids. And I really got into it. And I was like, you know what? They was right. Without Steve Urkel on this show, which he wasn't on that the first season. Or was it halfway through the first season?
He was about halfway through the first season.
Halfway through the first. But without him, the show was kind of like you needed him to show up to bring it all together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it did.
You gotta rely that heavily on one character. I'm good.
It did go to a different level when Urkel was there. Okay, we spent way too much time on that I wanted to. We only got 5 minutes left to go in the segment. So I need to go back to Max Crosby and what we were talking about in terms of the Dallas Cowboys and whoever else that may try to go after Max. Now, you guys were saying that the Cowboys are going to still be in the mix. Donny, you said it could still be anybody else. I can tell you somebody who was not. It ain't the Baltimore Ravens. But I wanted to put this up because to me, as a Raider fan, the narcotic that is just that. When you look at a defense that features these guys, right? Max Crosby on one side and Malcolm Kuntz on the other. Kwity Paye. Okay, Kwity Paye came from your coach. Is that right, Dwayne?
Yes, he did.
Tell me about him.
Go blue.
He is a blue collar worker, man. Definitely gets after the quarterback. He loves to play in the backfield. I'll say that much. Loves to play in the backfield. But outside of that, I mean, like you ain't gonna really get, spectacular secondary play, like in the coverage and nothing like that. But I mean, he's a hard hitter. He plays in between the tackles too as well. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I love the blue collar guys that really get physical And that's why I said we're gonna miss him.
Donnie, looking at this potential new look Raiders defense, this is a defense that on paper looks like it could be one of the best in the league. I mean, and not pictured is Tyrese Wilson, who
Paul, though.
Huh?
Max gonna have to come off y'all books because of the money y'all just spent acquiring some of these assets. He gonna have to, bro.
Nope. The Raiders had over $110 million in salary cap space.
But y'all spent money based on unloading him.
Nope. It's all, we still are well under the cap.
Yeah, they had a boatload of money.
Yeah, we got draft picks to sign, and Max ain't going nowhere, y'all. I saw it today from somebody I trust that said Max has met with the brain trust of the Raiders, talked with Tom, talked with the coaches, and he has reiterated his commitment to being excellence for the commitment of excellence. He's not going anywhere, y'all.
Why didn't they do that before trading him?
I don't know. That part I don't know, but he's not. Well, I think it was something else. I actually thought that it may have been something financially related, that they may have swindled him out of a bonus towards the end of the season. That's what my thought was. But the thing is, with Max and that injury last year, y'all, he missed the last 2 games, or they shut him down the last 2 games. He conceivably should have been out starting in week 9 or 10.
Yeah, they said after week 8 he should have been shut down.
He should have been shut down.
It was a meniscus tear.
Yeah, so and I've had a partially torn meniscus tear, and it hurt. And the thing is with Max is I thought it was incentive related, because whether you're getting shut down in week 8 or 10, but when you get shut down in week 15, that's when people start playing for those bonuses. And I was thinking that Pete Carroll didn't want to fork over the bonus, like he's spending his own money. But anyway, back to the show. Back to some other stuff. Give me one splash signing that is going to help a team that didn't make the playoffs last year. Donnie, I know that's a tough question, and I just threw it out there at you, and I'm sorry, but that's what it just came to my mind just now. But if you need a minute, we'll go to Dwayne. And then Dwayne, if you need a minute, then we'll go to me. You need a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say Romeo Doubs going from Green Bay to New England is going to help Drake May so much, in that he's got a younger receiver in him. Stephon Diggs was older, of course.
Oh, but you said to make the playoffs, they were in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they was in the Super Bowl.
That's why I said in the very beginning of the show, I don't know. Okay. Let's do this. We gotta cut.
I'll give you one.
Go ahead, real quick.
Isaiah Likely.
Isaiah Likely goes from the Baltimore Ravens to the New York Giants. That's a good one. Keep it there. We're going to come back on the other side of the break and finish, I don't know. BGC Sports Network, ShakeBack Sports Show, Dwayne, Donny, Willie, Big Day. Y'all come on back and holler at us.
Ladies, life can get overwhelming, but you don't have to navigate it alone. At Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions, we specialize in helping women like you to regain clarity, confidence, and control. I'm Patrice Epting, a certified life coach, here to walk alongside you through life's toughest moments, whether it's relationships, mental health, or building a stronger mindset. Together, we'll create a plan tailored just for you to step into your best self. Take the first step today. Visit Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions by calling for your free consultation at 469-358-5241. You're strong, capable, and deserving of the life you dream of. Let's make it happen together. Visit Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions by calling for your free consultation at 469-358-5241. Whether it's relationships, mental health, or building a stronger mindset, visit Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions by calling for your free consultation at 469-358-5241. Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions.
Donny, on our tour of East Oakland last November, these cats right here, 3 Times Crazy, straight out of East Oakland, man, 73rd. Do you remember when I showed you what used to be the Eastmont Mall that we used to go to? Yeah, that every time I hear that song, I think about how they say in one of the lyrics is, I make a right on 73rd. And every time I hear that, even if it's just an instrumental, that picture of that mall comes to my mind. All right. Enough of the nostalgia. Welcome back to the third and final segment of the ShakeBack Sports Show. BGC Sports Network, Dwayne, Donny, Willie, Big Day, sports fans all over the globe. You already know what it is. Just in case you missed it in the second segment, I still don't know. But we're going to talk about some teams or a big flashy signing or some kind of signing that is flashy, that a team that did not make the playoffs last year. And I was instantly reminded that the team that I talked about, they only played in the last game of the season. They lost, but they still played in it. Anyway, third and final segment. It is being brought to you by us. Your chance to support the BGC Sports Network is here. Introducing the My BGC merch store, where you can purchase authentic merch like our coffee mugs, the overhyped, unofficial, slightly censored t-shirt, the BGC desk mat, and more. Just go to the merch page, the BGC merch page that is, at bgcsports.net and place your order today because your BGC merch is waiting on you. Okay, so Dwayne, why are you looking like that, man? What's up?
I'm good, dog.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I just want to get to Miami. That's what I want to get to.
You want to get to Miami?
I want to talk 83.
Okay, we're gonna get there, but I need y'all. You know what? Let's do this real quick. Give me one name, one player that has gone from and you mentioned Isaiah Likely there at the end of the second segment, Dwayne. Donny, who is your one player that has gone from a team that didn't make the playoffs last year that you feel could be flashy?
I'm going home. Travis A-Chain, as we found out Friday how to pronounce his name. Going to the New Orleans Saints. Joseph Haynes III. What's going on? I think the Saints have brought in a younger Alvin Kamara.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Somebody who can run the ball and catch it out the backfield.
And line up at receiver outside.
But you know,
A-Chain can do that.
Kamara was his specialty was breaking tackles. Like that's really where he shined, even with his size.
Travis can do that. He can do that. But
don't get me wrong. He's special. A-Chain is special. God, like I don't know.
And I want to say this because I know we're gonna move on. Tampa Bay defensively taking a step back a little bit, and they lost Mike Evans to San Francisco.
Some team on the West Coast.
Atlanta. Anyway,
the San Jose 49ers.
You ain't got no time to talk about Atlanta.
Yeah,
Okay.
ain't nothing to really talk about with Atlanta. And then Carolina. Now Carolina, of course, they won the division. They made the playoffs. They took the Rams down to the wire in that playoff game. Them getting Jalen Phillips was huge.
Yeah.
I mean, they showed him the money. So I'm not saying the South is going to be a 2-team playoff division next year, but it could be.
And I think
Miami got a quarterback.
I think
Got about that too.
I'm not sold on Malik Willis, to be honest, but that's another story for another day. But I think Bryce Young, I almost said Bryce Harper. Bryce Young, I think he's going to take an additional step. Now, I don't know if it's going to be 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, a half step, a quarter of a step, but I think he's going to take a step forward in his it'll be his 4th year? Yeah, his 4th year. 3rd year. 3rd or 4th year. Okay. One other question, Donny, before we get to 83 and Bam Adebayo and Gordon Hayward. Didn't you go to school with a dude named Achan? Or did Crystal? Malcolm?
And it's funny you mentioned that because on Friday on Twitter I posted I went to school with a guy named Malcolm and he pronounced it Etane. Yeah. This H-chain, and we from Louisiana. I had never heard it pronounced this H-chain before, but seeing some of the posts from some of the other Louisianians in Twitter, that's how they pronounce it.
I know what he ain't. He
What's
ain't
that?
African and he ain't Haitian, but because they don't play by their last name.
Okay.
Who are you? You go out there and Nicky boys.
Nope. We're not doing it. Okay. What a week in the NBA. A week of records. Let's go here. Bam Adebayo goes ham. 83 points. We've all seen the headlines. We all saw what happened. Go ahead, Dwayne. This is your puppy.
Let me just say this real quick, because there's been a lot of misconceptions in from the media, from social media. There are people who think there are folks who are just flat out hating on Bam Adebayo. Nobody, when they're saying it because they're hating on him because they're saying he broke Kobe's record. We know it's not a record. The record is 100 points. That's the record. Nobody's mad that he passed Kobe because knowing the spirit of Kobe and his competitive nature, he's like, yeah, if you can do it, come on, do it. Mm-hmm. It was the way it was done. That was some nasty work. Already watching the NBA from what I grew up on. It's tough watching the game now because it's like this is bad basketball. And a lot of people want to say this is like these are highly skilled players that are playing bad basketball. But what I saw the last 4 minutes of that game, that was nasty work, yo. If it wasn't within the frames of the offense or on a rebound, like what are we? It was like a minute and a half left, and they were fouling the other team to get the ball, like they're losing. They were up 37 points and fouling the other team to get more touches to Bam. Nasty. That's nowhere within the framework of the game. It's the complete opposite of what fouling is for.
Mm-hmm.
It was nasty, and I blame officiate because 43 free throw attempts is insane. And I know people was like, well, Dwight Howard had 39 they were intentionally fouling him because he can't shoot them.
Right. Okay.
43 free throw attempts for somebody who actually was making them is wild. It's nasty though, the way they were intentionally missing free throws, trying to get him to get the rebound so he could put it back up and hopefully get some more shots and points. It was wild, man.
Okay. Enough humor. All right. Dwayne, Donny.
Humor, that was real.
I mean, it was funny looking, right?
It was nasty.
Donny, your opinion, not only about what Dwayne said, but how Bam got that 83.
It was your problem how he got there.
Yep. I agree.
The problem I have is with the Washington Wizards.
Oh, I got a big problem with them too.
You had your turn.
The Washington Wizards need to be placed in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, the SWAC. They suck. They suck.
Don't disrespect the SWAC like that.
Right.
Don't do that, bro.
I'm trying to get easy wins for my Southern Jaguars, if you know what I'm saying. Shout out to my Lady Jags, man. They beat the number 1 seed in the semifinals Friday to advance the Saturday championship game. But anyway, no, I have a big problem with the Wizards because what are we doing? As a franchise, what are we doing? Look, somebody need to go Rick Mahorn and elbow this dude.
Somebody
send a message. Don't let them score this many points. If you got a problem with it, stop it.
Here's my take on it. But before I do that, I want to play this because I don't know if y'all heard it. The cat from USA Today, I forget his name. He interviewed Gordon Hayward, and he asked him about that very same thing that we're talking about. And it's about a minute or so sound. So let me just go ahead and play it right now, and then we'll react to it. Here we go.
What was your reaction to Bam Adebayo scoring 83 points in a game?
It's tough because I think that I love Bam as a player. I think he's the best, one of the best two-way centers we have in the league. But like for him to take over Kobe's spot as the second all-time ever, it just doesn't feel great for the game. And it's like hard to say that because I don't want to take anything away from him, you know, like and you can't. I don't think you can. Like he scored 83. It is what it is. What everyone has been saying, what I've been hearing is that it just like wasn't real basketball, what they were doing. And so I think that's like the worst part about it. It's hard to fault Bam though. Like, what do you want him to do? Like they're telling him to go get a bucket and that's what he's doing and he's trying to do it. And so, you know, I don't think you can fault Bam. I just think, it's hard to think of a world where like you have NBA players and they're allowing somebody they're fouling them 28 times or whatever. Like that just doesn't feel like it should happen. I think the NBA was having a problem of dealing with, it feels like a pickup game, right? Like it just feels like it's just an open gym. And I think that points and that kind of like game and the style and the Wizards and how bad they are, and it feels like everyone's tanking, and it just like emphasizes all that.
So let me react to that. We got 3 minutes left to go in the show, fellas, and I'm just gonna say this. There's 3 things that he said that stood out to me. One, you can't fault Bam, and I agree with that. You can't. Number 2, you're saying that it's like a pickup game, right? Well, I get that too, but you guys are you guys are professionals. But at the same time, whenever we would play pickup games, what did we try to do? We tried to score as many points as we could on our opponent, whoever it was. And then thirdly, I don't like the fact that they keep harping on the fact that Kobe did what he did. Okay. He passed. There was Kobe, there was Michael, there was David Robinson. There's been others that have scored 50, 60, 70 points. David Thompson was one of the first ones to do it. And then, of course, with Wilt. Don't be mad at the NBA, especially the NBA that you helped create with the way that it's played today. Simply because the up and down, the free-flowing type stuff. And that's why I wanted to ask y'all real quick. Not really quick, but real quick. Which one of these things would you say is more impressive? Would it be Wilt's 100 points back in the day? Would it be Michael Jordan's 69 points in the playoffs? Would it be David Robinson towards the end of his MVP season? Or would it be Bam? Which one of these 4 would be most impressive? Dwayne.
Jordan's 63 in Boston.
But what about the 69 against the Cavs, though? Was it against the Cavs?
That wasn't a regular season game.
That was a regular season. Okay. Playoffs, it was 63 in Boston, coming off a broken foot.
Okay, yeah. So replace the 69 with the 63. Out of all 4 of those, you're saying that the Jordan of the Boston Garden when Larry Bird said, "I just saw Jesus." That's what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Donny, do you agree?
Agree.
And is it because it was Jordan, or was it because it was Jordan in his second year coming off of a broken foot in the Garden against a team that was considered one of the best of all time with that lineup that they had?
And the eventual champions that year.
I was just about to say they went on to win it that year.
and they went on to win the championship. Now, let's not disrespect Wilt Chamberlain. None of us were around when Will did his thing. Okay, so we're not disrespecting him in the game and any of any of that stuff. But I agree with you guys. And even though the Bulls were the Bulls at that point, none of us thought that the Bulls would become what they became. And to me, that makes it that much more impressive than what we've seen with Kobe and with Bam. So again, I don't know.
Kobe's team was losing when he turned it up and got 81.
That wasn't even a playoff team.
No, but they were losing. He still did it 81 in a winning effort.
But I'm furthering the point of why I agree with you guys because of the magnitude of the individual games. All those other games were in the regular season, to include Michael's 69, Michael's 63 playoffs, Michael's 55 in the Garden, the biggest arena, the most famous arena in the world, against a team that they hated. That to me was was just as impressive as any of the other ones that we're talking about outside of Michael's 63. All right, guys, we're going to come back immediately after this and get to the ShakeBack OT. We got to put this thing together for the network. So up next, the big homie, big homie, Donald Ware from Press Box to Press Row. He's got all kind of stuff for you guys, man. So for the dopest engineer in the game, big day. For sports fans all over the planet, there's Dwayne, there's Donny. I'm Willie. Y'all take care of each other. Y'all hug each other. Y'all love each other. And it's going to be all right. And we'll holler at y'all again real soon. Stay tuned with us on live because we're going to come back to the OT. We out. Peace.
Right about now, you're about to be possessed by the sounds.
Happy to be here with my brothers on blog, ready to get to it, man. I'm so excited about this show. You pay yourself a professional athlete and you get paid to catch the ball and can't. Like, that just makes no sense to me.
Biggest takeaway is that if you are a West Coast team, take your behind to the East Coast 2 days beforehand so you can at least get 1 day acclimated to the time difference.
The effort they put up against the Warriors, lethargic, pitiful. We won't give too many more words to it, so we're going to move on.
And here we go.
Oh my goodness.
Now, the Big Game Christian Sports Network proudly presents Donny, Epting, Dwayne, Sutton, and Willie Epting. And they are in the zone.
Yeah, buddy, just when you thought it was safe to make records. That has nothing to do with sports. It's just, I'm just saying. It has nothing. It's EPMD from 1989. And it basically means just when you thought we were done, we're back. It's the ShakeBack Sports Show, OT. Also, IMWO Media Group podcast, as well as the In the Zone Sports Show conglomerate, all wrapped into one perfectly baked cake. Donny, Dwayne, man, what is going on? I know with this show. What's going on, bro? Dwayne, what's up?
All is well, my brother. All is well. You feel me?
Donny?
I just got one request.
What's that?
Please listen to my demo. I mean, the way you started out, hey, it just fits.
Oh my gosh. You know what? That is are those two songs from the same album? I think they are. Please listen to my demo was Unfinished Business. And because just that one that I said was from I forgot the name of the song, but they are from the same particular album. Okay, we got comments, guys, because we are bleeding from the ShakeBack Sports Show. Make sure you guys go to BGCSports.net. The live show will be there throughout the weekend, 12s and 6s, 1s and 7s, Saturday and Sunday. That's Central Time all around the weekend. Also, it's on the TuneIn app, Radio Garden, as well as radio.co, or you can just say Alexa start BGC Sports Network at those times, and guess what? You can listen to it then. But this is the ShakeBack Sports OT and the ITZ and the IMWO all mixed into one. So I wanted to talk about some comments, guys, before we actually get back into whatever it was we were talking about towards the end of the regular show. George, the big homie, NFC North is wide open. A lot of key losses on every team in that division. Very true. And I want to get you guys' take on that as well. George also says Bears defense is the poorest in that division. They lost wide receivers to the Bills. Yeah, we did touch on that. George says Family Matters has to go. Okay, George, what are you saying about my Raiders? Raiders secondary needs to improve. They not the Soul Patrol or Haynes and Hayes of the 80s. I mean, but George, come on, dog. Me and George graduated from high school together. Come on, George. I mean, who is the Soul Patrol of the 80s when Lester Haynes, I'm sorry, Michael Haynes and Lester Hayes had the drippiest, driest curls ever?
The drippiest, driest.
Isn't that counter?
Hey, but Dion say that all the time about him.
Yeah, he does. You're right.
Oh, does he?
He was dry, but it looked wet.
Yeah.
And then the Patriots also, he says, my Patriots need veteran offensive line help. Yes, because even though Will Campbell, and shout out to Will Campbell, he is from West Monroe High School, LSU. He was a little bit of a turnstile this past season, but he's going to improve. He wasn't worthy of that early selection for no reason, and I think we all can agree with that. But let's go back to what he said, fellas, about the Bears and them having a worse division or the worst defense in that division. I'm not 100% sure that I agree with that, and I'll tell you why. We don't know what Micah Parsons is going to be back or be like when he comes back. They already lost Rashawn Gary. They let Nate Hobbs go. And Detroit has never been able to stop the pass, even all the way back to Gary, what's his name? Gary Danielson, the team that went 2-14 in 1979. Who was it? The Vikings? They're not part of it. They're not part of this discussion. So, Dwayne, do you agree with what George has said in terms of the Bears being the worst defense in the division?
Technically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, technically. I mean, all I can go off of what I last saw. You know, I know we were talking about acquisitions and hopefully, you know, things. What I last saw, yes, they leave a lot to be desired. Detroit had some gaps too. You know, they were known mostly for their points in their defense. However, bend don't break probably would better describe Detroit than anything. But Chicago took some L's last year simply because they could not get the stops that they needed. But yeah, I can give it to Chicago on that one. I ain't gonna.
This is the reason why I like the OT or whatever we're calling it, is because we really get to interact with the people that are watching on different social media platforms, and we can put their comments up, and we encourage you guys to comment. I mean, we can have a discussion. All of y'all will be wrong, and me, Dwayne, and Donny will be right. Even if one of us is wrong, we're gonna always be right because that we stick together like that. So, Donny, do you agree with Dwayne and George in terms of what they're saying about the Bears defense?
So I saw something that was kind of astounding on Friday. The Bears lost 5 players from their defense in the 2025 season. And all of those players signed 1-year contracts elsewhere. So that part of me disagrees with George. Because it's like, well, if they value these guys, they would have made more pushes to hang on to them. But I also agree with George because of the guy that they lost. I'm talking about C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I'm talking about Kevin Byard. I'm talking about Tremaine Edmonds. Those, there's just 3. Those are pretty good players. You need those kind of guys on your defense. So I mostly agree.
Yeah.
I do somewhat disagree.
Yeah. And Tremaine Edmonds, I think is probably the biggest loss off that defense. I know he was a little older, but he was very much still an impact player. And guys, remind me where he went. I can't remember where he went.
I wish you hadn't asked.
I can't remember where he went. And of course, anybody out there that's watching us, just you can drop it in the chat and we'll put it up on the screen. In terms of where Tremaine Edmonds ended up. All right. Do you guys want to go back to the discussion we were having about Bam or you know what? Here's what I want to do, because we didn't get a chance to get to this. I actually put a poll on Twitter on Friday at SHKBKMEDIAGRP. It's up now. And I asked the question of which of the 4 items that I posted.
Giants,
New York Giants. Oh, duh. Okay, the Giants are going to be that team. Let's talk about that here in a second. I posted on Twitter on Friday about which one of these records or which one of these feats was the most impressive. Shea Butter and his 127th consecutive 20-point game. Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. Kobe's 83 or Kobe's 81 and Bam's 83. Donny, which one of these is most impressive? And then you guys go out there on Twitter and vote.
To me, the most impressive is Wilt Chamberlain's record of 20-point games consecutively being broken by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You like how I set it up, huh?
1A and 1B.
No, it's actually Shay breaking Will Chamberlain's record. I just had to set it in the way so you could think that I was going for Will Chamberlain's 100.
I know where you were going with it, man.
Yeah. Look, 100 points in a game, that's not to knock on that, that's not to crap on that at all. Because I mean, that feat is phenomenal. It'll always be phenomenal. But to be able to score 20 points, and look, the way defenses sometimes will go a triangle into boxing one, we're gonna run the whole team at you. You know, however we can. Coaches usually go into the game and say, "Hey, we know this guy's gonna get his, or we know this guy's gonna be the straw that stirs the drink. So let's do what we can to make somebody else beat us." And Shay's still getting 20 points a game, 120 some odd games in a row. That's extraordinary. That is very extraordinary.
Dwayne?
It is definitely impressive. It's extraordinary. It's not the most extraordinary thing I witnessed though. Because that whole 81 game, social media was lit, people's text message chains was lit, everything was going down. Brett, Kobe is going off. Like he's pushing it. We've never, because like Wilt's 100, we saw the picture of him holding the 100 points. We never saw any footage from that game. I don't know if you can find footage from that game. From what I understand, the only people who saw it were the people who were in attendance.
It's out there. It's out there.
Kobe's 81 was everywhere for everybody to see. And like I said, and with the given circumstances of that game, like I said, because he had to do this. They were down. He had to turn it on like that. And then get the dub. Yeah, so much so they created the commercial with him and Jalen. He's like, we'll get a martini. How many olives do you want? 81. And then they did that. He looked at me. And I looked at him. Like, okay, he gets it.
But I want to add something to that too, if I can.
Go ahead.
With Kobe's 81. Now, this was pre-Facebook. This is pre-Twitter. I think collegeclub.com or Black Planet or something like that was out there.
MySpace.
But yeah, that one. That's what I was actually looking for. But no, I really want to say that Kobe's feat was so much of an accomplishment that on SportsCenter that night, and I think I talked about this last time we talked about Kobe on the show.
I remember.
It was the lead story on SportsCenter with Steve Levy and Stuart Scott. Like it trumped NFL Conference Championship Day.
Yep.
And that's and for that to happen, I think that is a missing piece of the dynamic in terms of the impact and how important or how magnificent that was. Because I don't think we even I know I didn't, and thank you for reminding me. That's why you are who you are. I didn't even think about the fact that was Final Four weekend in the NFL because it was Kobe. Kobe, 81. And my man, Jalen Rose, who I love dearly, man. I mean, my oldest son was named after Jalen Rose. That's a stigma that you will never escape. Go ahead, Dwayne. You had one other thing?
Well, my last point was simply this. SGA's was phenomenal. It's sensational because, again, nobody has done this since Wilt. And when you think about some of the scorers that we've had, when you talk about Jordan, you talk about Kobe himself, you talk about Kevin Durant,
Allen Iverson,
yes,
Carmelo Anthony,
just to name a few. But you say y'all didn't do. The crazy part of that is, again, had he not done this, how often were we even thinking of that record though?
And to be able to even, but still,
I mean, I'm not knocking it like that. It's just
you can play in a game and come out injured and not hit 20. That's why I say that's why I
think who was that? They said that's the only reason. Matter of fact, the only reason Wilt's record stopped there was because he was kicked out of a game. I think it was like 4 minutes into a game, and he got kicked out.
Here's another special thing too about Shea's accomplishment. I think it's in 17 of those games, Shea didn't even play in the fourth quarter.
No, it's more.
He didn't even play in the.
I want to say that it was actually like in the 30s.
No. It's in the teens, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I heard it today. It was in the 30s, actually.
So that's, to me, that makes it that much more impressive. Now, does it make it more impressive than the other three? I don't know. I mean, they're kind of like, they're all in the. If you are building a house of records or a house of accomplishments, NBA accomplishments, and you put these 4 accomplishments in the same house, they're all going to be in the same room, right? I mean,
no, they deserve their own room.
It's kind of like that GOAT debate thing, and then people get pissed off. No, what I'm saying is when people get pissed off if you say LeBron is like 2 or 3 or whatever, you lost your mind. How am I losing my mind saying he's 2 or 3, considering all the other greats I'm putting him above? Like, come on, man, chill. It's a phenomenal feat to even be mentioned.
Right.
Let me say, and you didn't drew me off sides, Dwayne. You didn't drew me off sides. Because if a person is saying that LeBron James is the GOAT and you didn't start watching basketball until after 1999, go away.
Well, that's a whole nother. That's why I said I wasn't trying to go into that part of it. Okay.
Go away. far away.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to go into that part of it.
When were you born? 2001.
Close my laptop.
In 2001, I was able to legally buy alcohol.
2001. You mean when Allen Iverson was carrying that Philadelphia Sixers team on his back?
Yeah, the same Allen Iverson.
Get this shot, step over this fool.
The same Allen Iverson. So you stole it from me. The same Allen Iverson that led that Philadelphia Eagles, that Philadelphia 76ers team to the finals against Kobe and Shaq and everybody else, and they won the first game in LA. And what Donny just spoke about in stepping over Tyronn Lue after hitting that jumper, and then they got swept 4 in a row. That same Allen Iverson, yeah, go away. Go away. And I don't know if these clips that I've been seeing, if it's AI generated or what, but it's funny to me because it's like they have it set up where they're doing an interview, like we're doing an interview right now, and they asking Michael Jordan, they're asking Magic Johnson, they asked Larry Bird about the GOAT debate, and they're all saying how LeBron ain't it. I don't know if it's AI generated or not, but I can tell you what it is.
Because Jordan just had his whole GOAT debate comment.
But I will tell you what it is. It is funny because they all are saying basically the same thing about LeBron. Great superstar. This. He's all that. He's one of the best all-around players to ever lace him up. True. But when you disappear against Jason Terry and a 3.5-foot JJ Barea in the most critical part of the NBA season, game, series, you shrink to shorter than what JJ Barea was, go away.
Hey, I know when he didn't disappear on Jason Terry. I bet Jason Terry wish he had disappeared.
Bruh, that's like throwing for 650 yards and you down by 30. That ain't, I mean, come on.
But still, I hear Mike Tirico's call in my head when Dwayne brought it up. Like that's all I remember. and him towering over Jason Terry. Mike Tirico just says, "Oh." But that was the night that Boston broke Miami's, what was it, like 26, 27, 28 game winning streak or something like that in the regular season. Like that was one of the best regular season games I've seen in this millennium. Because it was so much on the line that night. And that play just kind of man. Ooh, I see that play in my head now. I'm looking up because I'm waiting on LeBron to just dunk on me the way he dunked on Jason Terry.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I just want to turn in the red, Pops. Get up from down there.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, told him back up right here messing with these people.
Messing with these. You want something too, old man? No.
I'm glad you mentioned it because whoops. That's the wrong no. I'm sure. Here we go.
Get off your ass and get in this car. Boy, I don't know why you come down here messing with these.
Anyway,
Ronaldo Ray.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I forgot what I don't know. I have turned into I don't know. I don't even know what we was talking about. But I do want to ask you guys this because these records, and I think some of us, maybe many of us, maybe too many of us, we get into these talks and these conversations about these accomplishments as if one is greater or lesser than the other. And that's what I want to emphasize in the fact that what Wilt did, I don't think we'll ever see again. What Shea is doing, there's a good chance, or I would say there's a 50-50 chance that we'll see that again. 81, 83, because of the way that the game is played now, we could see that happen again. I never would have in a million years thought that the second highest point total in an NBA game would be from Bam Adebayo. Kevin Durant, maybe. Carmelo Anthony, maybe. Anthony Edwards, maybe.
But there was a certain, what's the word I'm looking for? There was a certain
BS.
No. It was a certain level of respect they had for the game. Like when you beating up on, bro, Luka done it, Clay done it, Devin Booker has done. Like, bro, all right, we beating up breaks. I got mine already. Let me sit down.
Right.
I'm not just gonna keep bombing away because I can. Let me conserve my energy. Let me save my ankles. Let me ice these knees. Let me go and get myself together because we got another game to play tomorrow or the next other night. I've done my damage. Cool.
And guess what, Dwayne? I'm glad you mentioned
70
that
in what? Coming into the fourth quarter?
Yeah. He had 31 in the first quarter.
No, I'm talking about coming into the fourth quarter. He had 70, I think.
Oh, but that's another great point because some people are saying that was at the game and kind of dissected it, said that he could have scored 100 points in that game. I'm not so sure because if you could have scored 100 points, well, why the heck didn't you? I mean, why if you could have done something that has never been done, that nobody even thought that we would ever see be done, why not go ahead and go for it as opposed to saying, well, I got 83, I'm good now. What's the difference between 83 and 63?
That's because the 83 was forced. Like I said, it wasn't a natural rhythm. I'm just, like catch and shoot kind of situations, or I'm going in my bag doing my thing. He did that early on, but that, like I said, that last 4 or 5 minutes, it was nasty. Wasn't no offense. There was no offensive sets being. There wasn't even no ISO stuff. Like it was just whack.
They could have just taken everybody off the floor and just let him play by himself.
The Wizards shouldn't have allowed it to happen. I'm not saying. I'm saying give him a hard foul. Not trying to like break anything or tear anything, but like send a message like, dude, we're an NBA team.
You don't
out
take
here.
him off the floor, I'ma hurt him. That's the message I'm sending.
No, let's not say hurt him, Dwayne.
No, that's the message I'm sending. Because now I know what y'all doing. If you don't take him off the floor
in today's NBA, you would have gotten arrested. So that ain't
right.
I'm gonna give him a little Rick Mahorn. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I give him a vote. I give him something. You gonna receive this message. Like
receive it.
Get off the floor. You out here flexing now, and it's not a good look. Go sit down now. Go sit down.
And I think it's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like Major League Baseball during the performance enhancing drug era. They knew about it, they allowed it, they benefited from it, and then they came down on the ones that they perceived to be guilty or whatever. They created this type of play in the NBA, this entire generation of players. I'm pretty sure these cats got a lot of these cats. Well, I know a lot of these cats got the same agent. They follow each other on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and Facebook and InstaFace and all that other stuff. So you know that he was getting some support, probably a lot of support around the league, saying, "Yo, you know what? I hope he does it. I hope he goes for
Not
it."
from Wembanyama.
but my point is why, if you are a professional at whatever it is that you're doing, right? Like we're professional podcasters or streamers or content creators or whatever you are, why would you, if you had the opportunity, so they say that you did, why are you stopping at second best? Go all the way. I mean, because if that's the case, you should have just came out in the third quarter and let that be that.
He never was supposed to be there. That's the whole point. I mean, I got it. He got there.
No, what I'm saying is even as he began to approach it and they started, because they started whispering about it on the sideline. Or maybe even somebody from the NBA office and rang down there and said, "Yeah, yo, Bam's got this. Let's go ahead and let this." I mean, you just never know. That's the conspiracy theory. But my point is, why are we? It's like, why are we settling for second best if you say I could have been the best? That's my whole point. And how he got there is beside the point. That's irrelevant to me because we're talking about what he did and how he did it, but we're also talking about what they said he could have done. Well, if he could have done it, why didn't you just do it? That's what
I'm saying. If he was that type of scorer, then yeah, he would have done it. That's why I'm saying it wouldn't have been as nasty looking as it was. It wasn't that. Bam ain't that. Like Bam is a defensive player. Bam is a dunker spot type of guy. Bam is a putback guy. Like Bam does have he has a little bit of an offensive bag down there in the post, but Bam is not the number one scoring option by any means necessary on any team.
Hey,
this is not his game.
Right. Bam ain't the number one scoring option in his relationship.
That part. Because Asia hit 53 in 40 minutes?
Yeah. Let me ask y'all this though, because I don't know if that time, y'all remember that time when, and I forgot who he was playing for at the time. Andre Miller. Didn't he go for 50 plus one game? And they didn't do it the way that they did it with Bam, but it was, I don't know. I'm going back to the theme of the episode. I don't know.
What's a name I haven't heard in a long time?
Andre Miller,
University of Utah.
Yeah. I was watching something recently and his name came up. So
that dude played like 19 years in the NBA, man.
He did.
For real.
He did.
All right. Miami of Ohio, college basketball, Donny. We're in your wheelhouse now. Miami of Ohio. They lost to Marcus Camby University the other night. And for y'all that may, or also you can say Dr. J University.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought of Marcus Camby. You know what? Somebody once told me back then that me and Marcus can be favored. I think that's the reason why I thought of him first. What? But anyway, Dr. J University, University of Massachusetts, the Minuteman, the place where John Calipari got his initial start, beats the Red Hawks 83-81 or 87-83 or 99-98, whatever it was. The story is the fact that they were 31-0 and now they're 31-1, and they have a strength of schedule of like 2,713 in the country. I know they're only like 360 something schools, but Donnie, talk to us, man. This is your wheelhouse. Are they going to get in or what?
All right. So first of all, take a look at my caption. Where my name is located.
Yeah, I am the number one seed.
I am a number one seed, by the way. So yeah, I'm ready for March Madness, doggone it. Seriously. So the debate has come the last couple of weeks over the fact that Bruce Pearl, whose son Steven is now coaching at Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce said that Miami of Ohio is not an NCAA tournament team, especially if they did not claim the automatic bid from #Maction, which of course now they won't, as Willie, so eloquently said. The only time that it's good to be a Minuteman was when Massachusetts beat Miami yesterday or Thursday.
No, 2 minutes.
I just had to throw that in there. Now, I do think Miami deserves to be in the tournament. But I also think Miami has now put themselves in a position that they're going to be in the first four in Dayton. So their first game will actually be kind of like a home court advantage should the committee decide to put them in an 11 versus an 11 matchup in Dayton in the first four. I do think that they needed to go on and win the whole thing to escape the whole first four bubble, all that other stuff that's been talked about. I watched their game, their final regular season game at Ohio University last Friday, and one of their players, they walk off the floor and they say game blouses or whatever. They didn't say blouses, they actually said another B were hurt. But and waving to the Ohio University fans, and I thought that was kind of classless. I know the student section from Ohio University probably gave them all kind of flack that night, and it's a big rivalry, this, that, and the third. But these things have a way of catching up with you. And yeah, Miami, Ohio is not 1990-91 UNLV by no stretch of the imagination. By the way, Greg Anthony did not foul out. 35 years later, yeah, he did not commit that final foul. But but yeah, Miami, they'll have their name called on Sunday. They'll have their name called. They'll be part of the selection show. And while I'm at it, man, rest in peace, Greg Gumbel. I know it's been over a year, but this will be the second year that we won't, or actually the third straight year, that we won't hear his voice on Selection Sunday. And it's just always Greg Gumbel and Selection Sunday and NCAA tournament. Those are synonyms. Those are two things that are synonymous together, man. And it's not the same without him. Kudos to CBS and TNT and TBS and True TV and the other network who I did not name. For continuing on that tradition. And I'm coming back to my point about Miami here. They'll have their name called on Selection Sunday, but they're going to Dayton. What's interesting to me, though, is that trying to fill out the rest of the teams in the bubble, that's on the bubble. You got a Friday night game between San Diego State and New Mexico in the Mountain West semifinals. Loser is likely, of course, on the wrong side of it. Winner still has a chance. Utah State seems to be the only team from that league that's going to get the get a bid, whether that's at large or the automatic bid. But I want to go back to this Auburn thing because it's like Miami, Ohio, and Auburn are together in this conversation here. And Auburn finished the regular season one game over 500. They had a quad 1 and quad 2 record, I believe, of like 4-12 or 4-10 or something like that. And Willie, I think we talked about this a few months ago, where you've got all these teams in these leagues, and you're not going to start seeing teams or leagues that have teams that finish below 500 that get into the tournament. Hence, now Oklahoma with the strong showing Friday night in the SEC semifinals or quarterfinals, I should say. They go on a win and make the semifinals, then they're looking at getting a spot. I say all that to say, folks are talking about NCAA tournament expansion. Hush. Leave it where it is. Leave it where it is. Because, with 68, we're still talking about, there are 3 other teams that deserve to get in, which would be 71. If we expanded the thing to, 84, then you'd have teams 90 through or 87 through 90 that we talking about, we should have gotten the big dance.
Hold on a second. I can hear it now. Immediately after the college football national championships, stay tuned for the start of the NCAA tournament tomorrow live.
I'm telling you, right? Keep it where it is.
Yeah,
and I do want to say another thing.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. The regular season conference champions in some of these leagues and some of these leagues that only are one bid. I think that's the main call for the expansion. But look, yeah, you handled your business through the regular season, but you still the season is a season. You got to play it straight through. And if a 9 seed Quinnipiac team beats the top seed in the Northeast Conference, so be it.
So basically, Dwayne, from what I think I hear Donnie's several points, right? 30-0 is 30-0. And there has not been a time where a team has won 30 games in a regular season and has not made the big dance. I think that is going to be the thing that sways them and allows them to be able to get in. But then when you look at it from the standpoint or the example that Donnie just gave, and when you have, his favorite team of all time, Stetson University,
Hatters.
Stetson University with a 4-21 record, and then they go on this magical run in their tournament and they get in, and the regular season champion is suddenly sweating bullets, right?
Sweating bullets. They're not making it.
No.
Just in these one big leagues.
I'm saying this in the most conservative fashion possible, right? So they're sweating bullets at 29-2 throughout the season. They win the league in the regular season. They talk about how every game counts or is important. Reward the team in for the regular season play, but then 29-2 and Quinnipiac Popo of Atataska goes on a run, and now they're the conference champion, and Stetson is left at home. So does the regular season really matter?
What the Leon Coco is he talking about?
I'm asking a question. Will the regular season matter the way that they try to sell it to us in the way that it does? Because if it's on an equal playing field, so they say, if it's an equal playing field, it shouldn't matter what league you're in. If every game truly counts, or if the regular season champion is to be rewarded, or if a team that has done something that we've only seen a handful of teams do in the history of the sport, are they going to be penalized because of that? Because of another team played better? Tell me, because I don't know. What are you doing? Are you doing multiplication tables?
I was trying to make sure I was keeping up with what you.
I know I did say a lot.
I was like, all right, we got 32 sharp. The
answer is C.
40 above.
People.
Yeah.
One mic.
I mean, but for real though, I mean, the regular season, are they diminishing it with this debate?
Yeah.
Or do you even care?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking
I thought you was asking Donny. My man,
I said Dwayne at the beginning of the question, and then I said Dwayne.
I didn't know you.
You know what? We are an hour and 20 minutes in.
Look, I'm sitting here waiting on Donny to respond. I'm like, which way you go with this one, boss?
Look, Donny.
No, because it must have cut out. I didn't hear you call my name. Donny.
No, you can't say that because you was listening intently. Listen. So Donny, so the I don't know, it's going to lead to him. Okay, let's do one more thing before we get out of here. How about that? I got a question for y'all, and it's about these records and teams and these outstanding performances, whether it's team-based or individual-based. And there's so many records across the landscape of sports, whether it's collegiately or professionally. Out of these three records, which one do we think that we'll ever see? Not us per se, but that we think will be broken at some point. Barry Bonds, Joe DiMaggio, LeBron James, Tom Brady. Which one of those would fall first? LeBron James, all-time scoring leader. Tom Brady, all-time touchdown passes. Barry Bonds, 770,000 home runs. What was it, 766? 750? No, 766. Or what's the fourth one I named? I forgot.
Joe DiMaggio.
Joe DiMaggio, 56 game hit streak.
I'm going with Brady.
Oh, you going with Brady? Go ahead, Dwayne.
I'm going Brady. It's a passing league still. And these quarterbacks are definitely playing long because really you can't touch them either. So yeah, I think that Brady's touchdown record would probably be the easiest of the choices of it.
Air quotes, easiest.
The easiest.
Donny, what say you?
So let me make sure I got it. It's Maggio's hit streak, Brady's touchdown passes, LeBron's scoring record. And what was the fourth?
Barry
Bonds.
It won't be Barry Bonds.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna have to do the process of elimination with this one.
Mm-hmm.
It will not be Joe DiMaggio.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually gonna go for LeBron James' scoring record.
I can't see that, dog. You know why?
Well, I know, and I know why you say that, because nobody's gonna play as many seasons as him.
Or as many games. Like, even if you play the season, D-boy be sitting out so much, man. It's hard to say. Like, that's why I'm shocked but Shea shows up and play. But it's not a lot of guys who consistently play the game at a high level every time they touch the court. They just don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's a few guys, man, who can. It's a few guys who I think can threaten. And also, I'm not saying it's going to be broken. I'm just saying it has the best chance to be broken.
And then, like you also say, taking consideration injuries too. Because I could have seen Kevin Durant do some amazing things, and who knows what he would have been like had he never torn his Achilles.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say he's one that I'm targeting as an active player. I mean, but you got to think about some of these young guys that's gonna come along or that's coming along now, like Luka, like Anthony Edwards.
Luka gets hurt too much too.
Or even
Luka gonna get fed up and go back to Slovenians.
or even an AJ DeBansa who's getting ready to come into the league. That boy can hoop. Man, that boy can hoop.
Oh, freshman from BYU.
BYU, yes.
Yeah, I got a chance to catch him out a little bit earlier in the week. I don't know, man. It's an interesting conversation for people that are our generation and older, because we've seen the Wilts and the Kareems and the Magics and the Birds and the Isaiahs and the Barkleys, so forth and so on. Of course, if you talk to Gen Z, the Gen Zers, the ones that are under us, right under us, our kids, is that Gen Z? Gen somebody. They may have a different outlook, but really some of the same parameters. I don't know. I don't think any of these records are going to be broken, to be honest with y'all. I don't. The closest thing that may happen would be, I think, the passing touchdowns record, because at some point the NFL could be playing 20 regular season games the way that they're trying to do that. And that'll be a whole nother discussion. All right, fellas, let's get ready to get out of here. We got some comments out there. James Patrick, hey man, don't forget my video. I appreciate you. I miss Greg Gumbel, RIP. Great show, guys. Thank you so much. For y'all out there that's on Twitter, make sure you guys go and follow. I think it's FORUM _ podcast. Him and his fiance Florence. They do such a great job, and they
good
are.
Page. Huh? It is a good page. I checked it out.
Yeah, they are awesome, and we are actually gonna be collaborating on some stuff here in the future, so that's gonna be fun. T Long, they hitting them on the strength of schedule, and I assume he's talking about the Chicago Bears.
I think that's the Bears, yeah.
Yeah, is he a Bears fan?
No, he's a Chargers fan actually.
He's a Chargers fan. Okay, their school that went 500 under 500. They got and that wasn't that long ago. What are you talking about? They won their conference championship. And I can't remember who it was, but it was a huge story.
That's
Tom's
part of March Madness, man. That's part of what it is.
Huh?
That's part of the Cinderella story. That's part of the March Madness story. Those things that come from out of nowhere.
But the thing, I mean, it's conflicting. It's conflicting.
Oh, shout out to Sis Jean, man. Sis Jean. Up out of here, man.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Sis Jean, man.
Yeah. She was what, 101? She did make 100, right?
Yeah, she made 103, if I'm not mistaken.
T Long says Tom's record he think will be the one that falls, and that Mahomes is going to get it. Mahomes is not going to get it, y'all. He's not.
I don't know. Tyreek might come back.
He ain't really Dwayne.
I like this answer right here by T-Lo.
The hit record is safe because you guys either home runs or strikeouts. Truer words were never spoke, man. For real, for real. All right, fellas, y'all got any final thoughts when we jump up out of here? Dwayne?
I will say on a touchdown record, man, I think the closest active man is Matt Stafford and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Very safe now.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers was pretty close, but he old. Donny, any final thoughts, brother?
Real quick, man, and I'm glad you got this song going because it reminds me of high school and college and a couple of shows we've done, and I hadn't had a chance to say rest in peace to my former classmate, Nicholas Wilson, who passed back in February. And he's a big Notre Dame fan. And of course, Lou Holtz just recently passed.
Yes.
And Nick and I, we used to have in Michigan Notre Dame conversations. So now Coach Holtz and Nick are both resting in paradise and just thinking of them and praying for them and their families and their loved ones. And man, it's been rough here a little bit late, but hey, a Notre Dame fan and an old Notre Dame coach are together. So that makes me smile a little bit.
All right. Well, with that being said, I don't know. We out. Y'all take care of each other and we'll holler at y'all again real soon. Peace.
Take your allergy pills. Pollen is coming.